this morning, but it is very, very cloudy and very overcast. So that definitely helped things a pretty good bit. Which is really just now good shooting light. I don't really have a lot of faith in what we're going to see this morning. Probably see some deer, but the big deer that we need to see is probably not going to show up. So, but we're in here, we're hunting. That's all you can ask for. It's a beautiful morning. It's not crazy cold though. A little on the warm side. But we're gonna hang tight, see what comes moving through here. But we're gonna hang tight, see what comes moving through here. Guys, we got a giant. He's gonna come out in this lane right here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I lost him. He's gotta come check his doe. Lost him. Oh, he got in that thick stuff. That doe's looking back at him. Come on, baby. Please step out in that lane. Please step out. Please, 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 please. Gosh dang it. He was walking left or right. But I don't think he went back up in there. Gosh dang it. Fuck. I seen something move way over on that hill. I thought it was a bird or a squirrel, but he was licking a limb over there. I mean, as soon as I got my binoculars up, and as soon as I got my binos up, I mean, I could tell it was a big deer. But he was in some thick stuff, and by the time I got the camera and stuff up on him, he started walking left to right, and this lane right in the middle, it runs all the way up into that patch that he was walking in. And all he had to do was turn and walk. I mean, he just had to take a couple more steps, I think. We had a doe the entire time, a doe feeding. Like, I don't understand how does he not poke his head out and at least look down that lane or want to come check that doe? I don't understand. That's the only second time we've ever seen that deer daylight. One was a photo. Oh my God. We hunted that deer hard. I mean, he was right there. I mean, I might could have shot him when I first seen him if he would have stayed right there, but he started moving. He started walking. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff right here that he can meander through and out of. But where he was at, and for him to not step out into any of these lanes or to not be able to see him feeding through that other stuff over there, I don't understand where the heck that deer went. Because where he came from, he almost came right here, and then almost made his path of travel was almost like the shape of a V. He like came down, walked across, and then the only thing he could have done was turned and went back. Unfreaking believable. We seen our target buck, but unfortunately was not able to get him killed. I really believe that deer bedded down. And he may have a doe right there on that hillside. So I pulled all my camera gear out because it was starting to rain pretty good, which is raining now. But we are back here. I was mainly wanting to back out so that Dad could go hunt that deer, but Dad has a doctor's appointment this afternoon. He's not going to be able to hunt. So re-geared some of my stuff for the wet weather. I've got an umbrella pack. The goal is to slide in there. It's doing some light raining now. The goal is just to slide in there under the cover of the rain, get back up in the stand, get this umbrella set up, and basically just make an afternoon of it. And we plan on, if I can't get it done tonight, depending on what the weather does, maybe going back in there tomorrow morning. But this rain is going to be pretty gross. So I'm going to put the camera up. I'll see you guys back in the stand. Well, I don't think y'all can hear me that great. I dropped my wireless mic on the ground. So we're going with just regular audio from the camera. I'll go ahead and apologize in advance if the audio is trash, but I don't necessarily think I need to climb back down to get it. But we're in here and set up. Try to be ready in case he gives me an opportunity. It's all we can do. I wound up climbing back down to get my microphone. I broke my mount that goes to my camera for the mic. So the microphone's now currently just hanging on the side of the camera. Don't really know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. I wound up going ahead and put my umbrella up. I don't know if y'all can see. Hopefully it's not too much of a disturbance for them, but this tree that we're in, it's got a lot of limbs that branch out up above us. So I don't think that it's going to be that big of a deal. I want to go ahead and get this thing set up too, just because there's a fantastic chance that we're going to try to hunt tomorrow morning too, even if it is raining. So it'd be nice to be able to sit in here and dry, for the most part to dry. It just really makes me nervous that deer never came back out. I mean, where he was headed to, there's a little patch of pines right there that's real short. That would be a fantastic place for a deer to bed during the rain. They can suck up under that, or not even pines, they're really like cedars. And they provide fantastic thermal protection and water protection during sticky, nasty rain. Plus, it gives him the fantastic option of just popping straight out into this field to shake off and dry off. And then he can go and bed right back down. So, as long as I didn't bump him getting down or coming back in, then I should be okay. You know, breaking the camera gear down, taking it down, putting it back up. That's my biggest worry. Even the umbrella was simple, other than potentially him catching some movement. But I feel like he's in there deep enough, if he is bedded, that he can't see me. Plus, if he's with a doe, then it don't matter what he's seen or smelled or heard. It matters what she's seen and smelled and heard. As long as she's okay, then she daylights and walks out in front of me, then he'll follow suit. But we're in here. We got the mic rolling. Just need the deer to show up. Weatherman got it wrong again. Rain was supposed to be done out of here by 4. It's about 4:30, which is not good. Usually you want about a good hour, in my opinion, a good hour of no rain, with no rain in the near future, before those deer will get up out of their warm, cozy, dry bed to move around. We're going to be cutting it pretty close. With it being cloudy, come around 5:30, it's going to be pretty dang tough to see. It's overcast and cloudy, so it's going to be dark fast. Fast and in a hurry. Haven't seen any deer at all. So, that right there tells you that they're not necessarily moving. Pretty much, if we hunt this stand, we typically always see deer. We just got so much bedding right here. But my thought was, if it quit raining at 4, that gives me until 5 for the deer to kind of start wanting to get up and move around. And then an extra 30 minutes for the big boy to decide that he wants to get up off his bed. But, I really believe that if he is with a doe, then we don't have to convince him. I think we have to convince her. Or the weather has to convince her to get up. And, I think this is a fantastic spot for these deer to hold up in the rain, because they can jump right out into these little alleys, feel safe, shake off, dry off, and then jump right back over into their bed and really not have to travel all that far. So just trying to stay on our toes and keep our eyes peeled, because this foggy weather, they can slip through this thick stuff really, really easy without us knowing they're there. Well, good morning. Yesterday afternoon was a flop. Yesterday afternoon, not yesterday morning. We didn't see any deer at all, which is wild for that spot. Tells me that those deer were not moving. We've had some very, very bad weather. You can see I'm wearing a very light shirt. It's 60-something degrees. But we're in here in a good cruising area that's located between several bedding areas. So I think that this would be a phenomenal place for a buck come cruising through looking for a doe, especially with as wet as it is, they can't smell as good. So they've got to actually get up and move to try to find them does versus just letting that doe scent carry through the wind. Plus, if a buck has a scrape line or a cruising path, a lot of times they'll want to cover some ground. Just looking for does. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good morning. I'm praying that the rain holds off. It's raining a little bit right now, but it ain't bad. It's acting like it's right on the brink of raining just enough to make it miserable. But I don't think it's going to be long-term rain. I think it's just going to be very short-lived. So, but we're in here, we're hunting. I got my fingers crossed, hoping that we can get this thing dialed in. Still got a little bit left in season, not a lot, but this is when it kind of starts getting tough hunting wise. But you never know what's going to happen. Yesterday afternoon and this morning was an absolute flop. Didn't see any deer whatsoever. Weather is absolutely horrible. It's like 70 degrees. And it's just, the deer are just as confused as I am as to why we're living in this type of area. But we're out here, we're trying. We got Brittany behind the gun tonight, hunting a spot where we've seen that one decent buck. Couldn't get a shot at him. And then seen that, I think it's a 7-pointer. We've seen him 2 or 3 times kind of working his way through here. And if either one of those bucks show up this afternoon, they're going to get shot, or shot at. Let's put it that way. We're a little late to get into the stand, but it's not a big deal because of how hot it is. I mean, it feels like we need to be loading up to go fishing. That's how warm it is. It's 3:41. We got about, I don't know, 2 to 2.5 hours worth of hunting. So hopefully old big boy will mess up this afternoon. And we can let the old 6.5 Creedmoor sing. She's been deadly with that gun. So we'll see if we can continue the deadly escapade.
Deadly escapade.
Yeah, does that make sense? Escapade, I don't know what that word means, but it sounded good.
It sounded good. I guess it pairs well with the last time I hunted here. I shot 2, so I guess that's deadly escapade for you.
So we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully we make it rain tonight.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me on my channel. That's going to be it for tonight's video. Thank you for taking time to hang out with me on my channel. If you guys are new to Southern Extreme TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then also make sure you share these videos. That means the world to me. It helps the channel out tremendously. If you guys are into predator hunting, deer hunting, everything, we've got a lot of videos coming out. We've got a lot of videos already posted. Hopefully y'all have already seen all that, but hopefully you guys are going to stay tuned with the channel and see what we got coming down the pipe in the future. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all on the next episode.